Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Troy-Bilt TB 200. It's a 2016. Let me give you the info on it. The model 12 Alpha Dash Alpha 2 Bravo Uniform 711. The engine number 093 Juliet 02-0006- Frank 1. And I just took this in on trade. I gave 30 for it. Gentleman messaged me about a Toro recycler, and he said, I got a machine that doesn't run. Would you be interested in a trade? He sent me a picture, and I gave 30, told him 30 just by the picture. I asked if he had a bag. He said no bag. So when he got here, I said, what's the story with it? Why won't it start? He said he put a new carburetor on it, new blade, new air filter, new spark plug. Couldn't get it to run right. So I said, where did you get the carburetor? He said, Amazon. So I said, well, they have one carburetor fits all, but if the jet's too small, it's going to run terribly. I said, what kind of gas are you using? Just regular gas. I said, how old is the gas you're using? He said, I got it at the beginning of the summer. So we're into the winter months here. The gas is sat around. So we're going to check this thing out. It wouldn't start for me. When he unloaded, I goosed it and it ran rough. I just tried it now before I got you out of bed, and I couldn't get it to start. So we may have two issues. We may have water in the fuel, and we may have an undersized main jet. He said he also changed the blade. But he had the wrong blade on it. He had the big center hole. This has a bow tie adapter on it. So what he did is he put this over the bow tie, and then the blade, and then the long spacer, and then the bolt. So this thing was off-centered. It didn't seem to rattle when it started for me initially, but it was not the right blade. So I put another brand new 21-inch bow tie on it. That's what a bow tie is. So when he told me about the carb, I said, I can try to fix this for you. You don't have to buy mine. He said, no, I don't want to mess with it. So that's before I realized he had screwed up the blade deal, or maybe thought it would work, or didn't want me to notice the blade was not the right blade. So right away we're into it for 30 plus the blade, the new blade I put on it. So I've got some containers. We're going to look at the fuel. I'm going to remove the recoil, the carburetor, check the jetting, and see if we've got water in the fuel. So two possible issues with this thing. Let's get to work. So 30 is a little steep to begin with. I kind of found out after the fact. I told him 30 that he had changed all this stuff and still couldn't get it to run. So he started mine. He said, oh, yours has got a lot more power than mine did. So I don't know, maybe there's a hole in the piston, who knows. I mean, anything's possible at this point. So I even told him, I says, take the carb off and get a micro bit and drill the jet out. He said, I'm not really a mechanic. I don't want to mess with that. So he made that single hole blade work, I guess. So he was able to adapt to changing conditions under extreme stress and duress. Okay. So I'm looking at all the linkages. Everything looks like it should. He didn't forget to do anything so far. So he's got an aftermarket Amazon carburetor on here. I should probably check the plug. Did he get a kit and put a torch plug on it? No, he's got a Champion plug. So we're good there. Let me get some needle nose because I'm going to need those in a minute. So he's got a lot of gas in here. I told him to get rec fuel. Like I said, he didn't know anything about rec fuel. So I educated him. Hopefully, I don't hear from him again unless he wants a new mower in 6 years. Maybe he'll tell his neighbors about my quality mower service and sales and service. Okay, let me get a container right now. We'll do what's in the tank. It's kind of brownish. There was a lot of debris that came out, some dirt and crap. So let's see if there's water gonna settle out of this thing. It's pouring out of the bowl as well. We may have a water level here. I'm going to bring this up and show you. A lot of debris, and it's still settling out. Maybe no water, just outdated fuel. Maybe it went all the way down to the bowl. Well, I just spilt some on your leg. Sorry about that. Nobody smoke any cigars or cigarettes, or you're going to have some burning toes. Okay, let me pull the carb off. Then we're going to dump what's left in the bowl into another receptacle. This shouldn't take long. Hopefully this thing runs, or I'll be bummed. Wow, that's kind of weird. Let me come up here and show you what's in the bowl. What are all those white specks? I've never seen that before. This almost looks like snow. Little white dots. Is it granular? Yeah, it's kind of granular, whatever it is. Sand. Let's look at the jet, see if the jet's plugged up. No, jet's free and clear. But let's see if it's big enough for, what is this, a 675 or a 625 EX, 625. So I got micro bits right here. You can get a 10-pack of these from your favorite supplier. Well, it's bored outright. A little sloppy. I'd like to see a tighter fit. So it's definitely not undersized. And he had no inkling on how to do this, so I'm almost 100% sure it wasn't his doing. So maybe it was fuel related. Let me blast all this out, put it back together, and we're going to try it. You know what I mean, Vern? It's time to get this show on the road, no messing around. It's got some debris here in the center. So maybe he did order the right one. I just have a funny feeling there's going to be an issue with something. I just know it. I've gone through the 4 wheels, greased those up. The back wheels were kind of dragging. Now they're all moving nicely. Okay, I'm happy with how that looks. Where's my bowl? So was that white stuff and after left over from manufacturing? Or was it something in the fuel? White sandy something or other. So probably this Toro recycler I just sold will be the last one for the season. It's just totally dead. Even the bikes are dead right now. I figured with the nicer weather, We've got 68 to 70 degrees. I think I forgot to show you that. I got my thermometer out here. Partly cloudy, really breezy today, variable wind. 1 minute it's out of the north, and it's out of the south, and then it's coming from the west. It just can't make up its mind. Mother Nature's unpredictable today. Okay. I'll put on the choke linkage first. Throttle linkage second, and manipulate this down into place. Let's see if we got any separation in the fuel. No, I just see debris, maybe outdated gas. I'm gonna put some air to the tank, clean out what's here. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I think my base price is going up for these standard self-propels, no bag. I was charging $150. I think I'm going up to $160 for next season. Because I kind of keep an eye on the retail mower sales, and prices are going up. I bought a few new units just to try to sell new, and I think I sold 2 self-propelled. I've got a few pushers, and I still got them. A couple of Remingtons and a couple of Cenex standard pushers. Nobody seems to want those. Maybe they're skeptical. Private party selling new mowers in the box. But the self-propelled I had bought, power mowers, those went quick. I had a lot of messages for those. I should have bought like 10 of those. I would have been a multi-millionaire because they were really cheap. But I just put my toes in the water, so to speak, to see if they'd sell, and they did. And by that time, they were all sold out at the cheap price that I had paid for them. Okay, the only thing I got to do is get some gas, but I have some nearby. Not a bad looking machine. I can't tell who it was. I'm looking right up at the sun. Okay, move Mr. Cluck and Mr. Monster out of the way. Let me grab fuel. I had checked oil. It's in between. It's in between low and high. Okay, let's try it. Throw some juice in there, liquid juice, liquid motivation. I gotta make a trip to Wawa and get some more non-ethanol gas, like all my friends up on the main line in Philly use. Bryn Mawr, Radnor, Villanova, Devon. Okay, that's plenty of gas. Okay, cross your fingers. We're gonna try this 2016 Turd-O-Matic. It's now or never. That's not good. Oh boy, I was afraid of that. It did run yesterday with a shot to help it get going, but after the carb clean just now, it should have did something. Why not? Okay, squirted past the choke. Let's try it. Damn it. What changed from yesterday to today? We got a good plug. We got flammable spray in the carb. Why won't this thing do anything? It'd be a fluke if the coil went bad. I don't have coils go bad with these newer style engines. It does have a gold top champion plug. And the thing looks brand new. Seven 1 Echo Charlie Oscar. And it's totally saturated with carb clean. The threads are all wet, and I just dumped out a bunch of carb spray. So is this a platinum plug? Did he get the wrong plug? Well, I got some Chinese knockoff plugs here. I suppose we should try to ground out the Champion and see if we got spark. This is the aftermarket fake plug. Frank 6 Tango Charlie. Okay, let me get a bail clip for the bail bar so we can do some poking. Maybe he had a spark issue all along, but the fuel looks kind of raunchy. Who knows? We're creating more of a mystery than solving anything here at Tommy Time. Okay. Okay, that sparked on the Champion. And we got spark on the Chinese plug. So let's, just for shits and giggles, try China plug. At this point, we have nothing to lose. Could be low compression. Feels like it's pulling over kind of easy. But it did run yesterday. Maybe that could be part of the issue. Low compression, valves out of whack. Does it need a valve adjustment? Too bad he threw a bunch of parts at it. All kinds of stuff. I'm thinking about checking yeah, I think we got low compression, guys. I'm just freewheeling this thing here and there's hardly any compression. It's letting me push it right past TDC. Right there, I should have more resistance than I do. So I think I got hammered. I've got my compression gauge nearby. I'm going to grab that. Take your guess now. It's probably under 50 psi. Okay, let me grab that Chinese compression gauge set. So maybe it's a good thing I didn't tell him I could fix this. I would have been going down 14 rabbit holes in rapid succession trying to fix this stupid thing. You know what I mean? Then I'd have to call them and tell them it's a piece of junk. So, did he just wear this thing out? Is the timing off? Is that why he replaced the blade? Because he struck a stationary object? So we'd have to go through the motions here. Which I'm not going to drag you along for. I just want to see what it's showing for compression, and then I'll do valves and maybe remove the flywheel and look at the keyway. Okay, let's look at it. $48. $45. Seems to be holding steady. Yeah, 45. So I was messing with another something or else with this. Oh, it was a 2-cycle. My buddy Matt, the 2-cycle vintage motorcycle guru of Manatee County, Holmes Beach, Anna Marie Island, etc., etc., said he thought the gauge was inaccurate. So I've got my original gauge here, compression tests, my Accutron from the 80s, Cleveland, Ohio, printed in US. It doesn't say where it was made. Could be made in China, or it could have, yep, made in the USA. Better quality, better value. Actron does it better. Okay, well, we're going to see. The face of this thing is starting to dry out. Hopefully the gauge is still operating. I thought maybe this gauge was inaccurate. That's why I went with the Chinese kit here with several adapters. I got this thing in the mid-80s, this Actron thing. Sometimes you get tools and they last a long time. So this gauge crapped out. I got 0 on this thing. So it's a good thing I did go to the Chinese one. I wondered how many machines I've tried to look at with this old Actron thing. I think I finally caught on. Maybe the compression gauge is inaccurate when you get 6 engines in a row with 0 compression. It kind of raises a red flag, wouldn't you say? Zippo 0, nothing. So there's an issue with my Actron thing here. So give me some feedback. What are we going to have to do to this thing? Check valve lash and check the keyway. And if it's neither of those two things, then we got worn piston rings or burnt valve or something to that effect. Something that's given us low compression. Sorry guys, we didn't see shit here, and I just gave this guy a generous trade-in value for this hunk of junk. He got a Troy-Bilt, not a Troy-Bilt, Turo recycler for $120, and I got this beat up Troy-Bilt. Why is it always the Troy-Bilts that give me a pain in the ass? I think this is the sixth one I've gotten with shitty engines. Did Briggs not like Troy-Bilt and they gave them all their defective junk engines? Anyway, that's all I got for you. This thing's going to turn me into a monster. A mean monster. You guys have a good day today. Wish you were all in Southwest Florida. What do we got in the sun? 74. It just went up. In the shade it was 68, but we got some partial sun here, so it's showing 74 degrees, like 24 Celsius, 23 Celsius probably, for my friends in Spain and Switzerland. Have a good day. Tip your waitress and wait staff. Thanks for coming out. Give you the model number and the engine number one more time. I'll list these below for you. Maybe you have one of these 2016 beauties from Troy-Bilt. Sorry if you do, because I sure have not had a lot of good luck with the Troy-Bilts. Have a good day. Thanks for coming out.